Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the sanctuary. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the sanctuary at Many Paths Spiritual Center. Happy Easter! For those people who celebrate Easter, today is the day that the Easter Bunny rose. Today is the yes. Happy Easter, everyone. How many of you have plans on spending some time with family later on today? Me, we do. So it's a beautiful day for that, a little on the chilly side, but that's okay too. We like that. So we're going to start off by singing a couple of songs back to back. This door is open to you, and then we're going to step into our power. So everybody, let's stand up, let's sing, and let's get... By the way, everybody is welcome to move when they sing. It's okay. We can do that at Many Paths, right? Choose your path while you're singing, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't... Let's do this.
I was going to go too. I was too.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or you're just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Let's pray together. Love and be loved. From the bus stop to the turn down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. So come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
God in us recognizes the God in you. So whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. There's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, that you are not alone. Someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. So come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
God in us recognizes the God in you. So whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Sing it again. So come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
God in us recognizes the God in you. So whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sing again. If you want it, you can have it. All you gotta do is reach out and grab it. If you want it, you can have it. All you gotta do is reach out and grab it. Step on up. Step into your power. Step on up. Step into your power, child. Step on up. Step into your power. so much. Please be seated. All the kids can go with Miss Steph. Oh my goodness, look at all the little Easter bunnies.
Yeah, that's it.
And let's say a prayer for Miss Steph. That's right. We bless you, Miss Steph. We bless you.
They didn't have sugar for breakfast today.
No, oh heavens, no, not at all. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to Any Path Spiritual Center. We are an interfaith, affirming, intentional spiritual community, and we are here to honor the truth with a capital T in all faith traditions, because in case you didn't know this, the golden rule is not just in Christianity, it's in all the world's religions. And it is those examples that we look to in all of the faiths that are taught in the world for those kinds of truths that will help us live a beautiful, productive life that is not only shining in this world, but within too, right? Because we want to be closer to the divine. We want to take away all these layers that the world has given to us that we hide under and become our authentic selves. So, and we do that by loving each other. We do that by supporting each other. And we do that by sharing our wisdom with each other. Because I got news for you. If you've ever been down and you've dialed a number and called a friend and they have listened to you and offered some words of advice, it meant everything at that time. And so that's what we're here for each other for. So happy to have you here. We are a busy, bustling spiritual center, and let's do some announcements. I think we probably have at least one thing, right?
At least.
Good morning, fam. Good morning, Mini Pass. Well, happy Easter. So I thought about something this morning. I just have to say, when I was a little kid, I grew up, Sunday was like you dressed up and you wore your Sunday best. So my grandmother took me to buy my Easter dress, and, I would dress up. Shoes, all of it. And I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I'm going to put on something nice. And then, no.
The green is really flattering.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. But I just, everybody here, when you say authentic self, you mean it. Mm-hmm. You really mean it. I mean, there have been mornings where, and this may be a morning where I'm coming in wearing what I wore yesterday.
Yeah.
I showered. It's totally cool. So I'm just grateful to be in a community where I can come in and be my authentic selves, and we all look comfortable and at peace and beautiful. Y'all look great. So here are our announcements. It's spring again, so it's time to renew your membership to your spiritual community. Every member of Mini Pass is a valued presence in our spiritual community, and we want to stay connected to you. Please check your email, weekly happenings, for a fillable, renewable form and email it back. There will also be a hard copy forms next to the black box marked Membership Renewal in the front room. The deadline for submission is April 15th, 2026. Thanks for all you do for your spiritual community. And if you guys have any questions, you can come to me. Our annual youth egg hunt will happen today immediately following the service. Join us for an excellent time. The Happy Class meets every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Join us for a mindful mix of gentle movement supporting body and brain health. This week's class will feature cardio drumming, and the cost is $10. Sign up at the bulletin board in the front room to claim your happy spot. Monthly book club begins Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. All the information can be found on the bulletin board in the front room or in your weekly happenings email. Our first book will be The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. We will have our next membership orientation on Sunday, April 12th after the service. If you're looking for a place to call your spiritual home and a great community to put down roots, please consider deepening your commitment with us. The class will last about an hour, and a light lunch will be provided. Please see Ryan Gill or Rev Deb if you have any questions. Astro Chat with Valerie, Friday, April 17th from 6:30 to 8:30. Next, we'll be exploring Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, as well as Saturn and Neptune, which are also in Aries, and how these transits affect you. Bring your dinner and let's delve into this together. No sign-up needed, but would gladly be appreciated. Want to be of service? Fix, clean, paint, or more? Let's tackle this temple, shine this shrine, and polish this parish up on Saturday, April 19th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Be a part of Gay Imps. Grounds and yard improving mini paths space workday. We'll have a hootenanny. Join us for a special self-love Sunday edition happy class on April 19th from 1 to 1:45. Then stay to experience and receive energy healing at Pranic Healing Clinic that will be from 2 to 4. The cost of the happy class is $10 and the Pranic Healing Clinic is a love donation. More info, sign-ups on the bulletin board. Sacred Satsang Circle with Rev Deb, Thursday, April 23rd from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Discussion, reflection, and support with spiritual community. All activities or meeting links and contact numbers can be found in the Weeklings Happenings Google Calendar, or you can always email the church. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kelly.
I love a good acronym. So before we go into our centering thought, it's a very special day today, not only because it's Easter, but also because it's Rev Deb's birthday.
What? Today? Today?
Let's all sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rev Deb. Happy birthday to you. We love you, Rev Deb. Thank you. For those of you who want some cake, we do have some cake, and we'll have it right as soon as the service ends so that you can kill your lunch appetite. And what better way to do that than with birthday cake, right? All right, let's go into our centering thought.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's begin this portion of our service by taking a deep centering breath. I am attracting love, peace, and joy into my life. Undoubtedly, the most talked about universal law, the law of attraction, is most often used for manifestation. It says that like attracts like, and you get what you focus on. But let's not forget, we have to believe and feel after what we're seeking in order to attain it. The law of attraction is the law of vibration in action. So in order to have the things we desire in life, we have to work out how to vibrate at the same frequency as these things. This law applies to everything that exists in the universe, from tangible things like objects, people, and situations, to intangible things like thoughts, feelings, and emotions. This is why people experience phenomenon like a lucky streak or a downward spiral. It's no coincidence that when things are looking up, life gets better, and when things appear worse, life can go in that direction. It all comes down to our energy. Our energy is constantly attracting situations, events, and experiences that are a direct match for our energy. By applying the law of attraction in our own lives, we can have absolute clarity over why situations occur the way they do, and more importantly, what we can do to shift our energy and change the outcomes we receive. The real lesson here is that being positive, proactive, and loving attracts more of the same into our lives. Meanwhile, pessimism, fear, and anger will lead us to generate more negative experiences in all aspects of our life. By working to live more positively, even just today, we are already using the law of attraction to create a better existence for ourselves, our spiritual community, and our world. Now please repeat these affirming statements after me. I am attracting love, peace, and joy into my life. I am filled with limitless potential. I am filled with limitless I am worthy of all of the good that I am attracting. And so it is.
All right. It's a new month and a new song for us to learn. And this is a beautiful song that I've known for quite a while. And I love what it says because it says, love only knows that love is real. So when we approach things from a loving perspective, then that comes back to us in a loving way. So it talks about all the different aspects of real true love, and I'm not talking about a romantic love, and we don't really talk about romantic love a lot because that's what the world is prevalent of, right? Because it's that attraction love and personal love, but we're talking about divine love, and that's what this song is all about. Making no distinction, love feels. So let's all stand up and learn it together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Please be seated.
Got a direct traffic up here. How's everybody? Happy Easter. Happy Easter this morning. Thank you so much for singing that to me. That was just such a wonderful bath of love. And I just really feel loved, and I love all of you, and I love this community, and I'm so grateful for what we create together here. So I want to offer you this opportunity to go into the stillness, to settle in and close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Today is the day that we think of the empty tomb. And in the same kind of way, we create a spaciousness within the center of our being. Divine presence lives in that spaciousness. So we let go of everything. We let go of our desires and our worries and our hopes and our fears. We let go of our expectations. We let go of our delusion of control. We accept the present moment for exactly what it is. We clear out the space. Where the divine resides within us. Remembering that in the core of our being, in the center of our soul, the center of our self, there is only oneness with God. There is only peace. There is only love. There is only freedom. Our practice is to return to this emptiness, this spaciousness that is full of love, full of the sacred. Every chance we get. And we do so now, in the stillness, in the silence. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Divine Mother, Sacred Father. Whatever name for the mystery that you give it. Thank you for being so close to us, living right inside of us, reminding us of what is real, reminding us of what exists, what we can count on, the love and the peace and the freedom of being one with you. I invite you to stay in this meditative space and listen to Ryan sing this song for you.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. There is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, a love that sets us free. There is only when I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, a love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
That felt like church. Whew. Happy Easter, everybody. We had so many Easter bunnies here this morning. They're all out with Miss Steph now, but so many bunny ears. I love that. And it's so, I feel so honored that you've chosen to spend this day with us. So interestingly, I have to pass by, when I leave my home in Gallatin, I have to pass by the downtown First Baptist Church and the downtown First United Methodist Church. The First Baptist Church is having 3 services this morning. The First United Methodist Church has got police officers, I don't know, they're out there directing traffic, whatever. I mean, everybody and their brothers coming out of the woodwork, going to church this morning. And what often happens for us, interestingly enough, is that we often have a lighter crowd. Because we'll have some folks who are going to the church their mother wants them to go to on Easter Sunday morning, right? So I'm super grateful that you have chosen to be here with us today. So our focus this year has been where is it? Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay, there we go. has been harnessing sacred fire. It is the year of the fire horse. We're following that Chinese lunar year energy for the whole year. And this is a year, this fire horse energy is energy that is calling us to action. And this is a year that would seem to inherently ask us to get and stay prepared. We can see that in the world around us, right? You better be ready for something. I don't know what, but you just be ready, whatever that means, right? So I would say that spiritually speaking, if you've been dancing on the edge of your journey, this is a year that asks, are you serious? Are you ready? Are you willing? Not to be crude on a Sunday morning, but we are who we are. This is a year that spiritually says, piss or get off the pot, right? No more messing around. Are you serious? And of course, today is a very special day, so we would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that. And so today we have an honorary, this is the Chinese lunar year honorary mascot for today only is going to be the sacred fire bunny. So we are in the second moon of the year of the fire horse. The moon is waning gibbous at 91%. The Paschal moon, full moon, was this past Wednesday, April 1st. And it is the moon that determines the observance of Easter. Now pay attention to that. I'm going to come back to that in just a few minutes. The moon that determines the observance of Easter. Holy Week begins with Palm Sunday, right? And it commemorates Jesus entering into Jerusalem for the Passover. Now, Passover is not always the week before Easter. Passover is determined by the Jewish calendar. It is also set on a lunar basis, but it will sometimes fall at different times. They're both springtime, though, so sometimes they fall fairly close to each other. And this, of course, is the most sacred day in the Christian tradition. It is the whole reason there is a Christian tradition, is because of today. And so today we're going to talk about the new life of the resurrection, where you can sing and dance with white Jesus and all of the white disciples and white Mary Magdalene, right? So, but nonetheless, they're happy, and we love that about them, right? We love that. You know, regardless of your spiritual path, a lot of folks come here because they have a little bit of spiritual trauma. They experienced a little a version of spirituality that was toxic to them. I don't like to necessarily say it was toxic in and of itself. It was toxic to them. For other people, it might have worked just fine. But it didn't work for them. But the good news is, regardless of your spiritual path, the resurrection holds a message for all of us. It is the perfect symbol of the transformed life. And that's who we are here. We talk about authentic transformation. That's what we're about. We're not playing. We're not here to come in and smile and put a little in the blue vase and say, okay, I did my duty, now I can go back. No, this is just where we come remind ourselves of who we are all the time, the life we're living all the time. So today is going to ask a very clear question. I don't want you to answer this out loud right now. I just want you to let it resonate within you. Are you ready to live a new life? Are you ready to live a new life? There's a pattern to transformation. It tends to happen in the same kind of way. Change, becoming new. It shows up in our stress. It shows up in our healing. It shows up in our spiritual life. And it is the very pattern of Easter itself. So last week, we talked about the first 3 steps of that pattern. We talked about how we start in resistance, and then we move to surrender when we finally are exhausted from resistance, right? And then we move to alignment. And we reached this place when we talked about these 3. We reached this understanding that the way is made known through alignment. The way is made known through alignment. So we resist, we surrender, we align. And then the way is made known. But notice that the way hasn't been walked yet in that sentence. Right? The way is made known through alignment. But now we got to walk. Now we got to live. Now we got to be. Now we got to show up, right? And so that's what we're interested in discussing today. And before we actually step down that path, I want us to go back and slow down just a little bit with these ideas. Resistance energy is Jesus in the garden. We've been talking about this the last couple of weeks, about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, perhaps one of the most beautiful moments in the entire Christian story is when Jesus goes to that garden. And we've been reframing it from the idea that the disciples, Peter, James, and John, falling asleep isn't a failure as it's typically preached, but instead they've gone to ground. They're grounding the energy. They're holding the space for Jesus to do this deep alignment work. Because here's the thing, Jesus came to them and he said, what are you doing? You're falling asleep on me? What's the deal? I mean, he's the master, he's the guy, he's the dude, he's the rabbi, he's the teacher. If you yell at me for falling asleep, I'm going to do everything I can to stay awake. Anybody had to drive across the country for like 24 hours? I've done that before. I've been in the middle of Kansas in the winter, rolling all the windows down so that the cold air keeps me awake, right? The disciples could have stayed awake, but they didn't. They understood the call then was to hold the space. And Jesus is there in the garden. He already knows. He already knows what has been put into play. He's already predicted the betrayal of Judas, right? I saw a quote this week by the theologian Benjamin Kremer. You might have seen it on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. I love this. He said, by betraying Jesus with a kiss, Judas showed us how someone can show public affection for Jesus while actually intending to exploit him for their own gain. Right? Yeah. Just because Jesus comes out of somebody's mouth doesn't mean that they necessarily follow the direction and guidance of Yeshua. We know that. But he knew this. He'd already predicted Judas was going to betray him, and he'd already predicted that Peter was going to deny him. Peter, the rock upon whom I will build my church. Peter, my right-hand guy. Peter, he's my man, right? And Peter, you're going to deny me before the cock crows, before the rooster starts announcing dawn, before the sun even comes up tomorrow, Peter, you're going to deny me. I would never do that, Lord. I would never deny you. I would, no, I'm with you all the way. Before the sun even comes up, Peter, that's going to go out the window. Jesus knows what's going to happen. He feels his destiny pulling him along, perhaps past the point of no return. But he has to ask one more time. Is there any way? Is there any way I don't have to do this? Is there any other way? This is not what I want. I'll do anything else. How many times have we made the same appeal to heaven? You know what? If you'll get me out of this mess over here, I'll do anything you want. If you'll solve this problem over here, yeah, I'll do anything. But please don't make me do that. It's not surrender. That's not surrender. That's resistance energy. And Jesus was deep in it. It's not failure. Resistance is a signal to us. It's a signal to us that surrender is available and waiting for us. It's the signal to us that we can choose peace in that moment if we decide. And that resistance shows up not just as praying to not be hung on a cross, but it shows up in our life as stress, as the delusion of control, as frustration, irritation. Think about the one thing that can so readily irritate you. Think about the one thing that can frustrate you faster than anything, right? How would you like to have peace instead? What about peace instead? We're fighting with what is. We're fighting with the moment as it shows up, reality as it is. We're fighting against it until we can't anymore, because what is always wins. When I say what is, I'm not just referring to the traffic jam that you're sitting in at that moment, although that always wins too, pretty much, right? I have never, ever, ever seen a traffic jam unjam because I cussed. I have sometimes felt better in that moment for having cussed. But nonetheless, what is wins. That conundrum at work remains. But when I'm talking about what is, I'm talking about sacred reality, the divine wisdom of the heart, the will of source calling to you. I'm talking about what is real. Not the delusion that we think is real, but what is real in the very heart of us. Why would we ever push against that? But we do, until we finally reach the place of surrender. And of course, Holy Saturday is, to me, one of the most beautiful days of Holy Week. Jesus is in the tomb. He's been crucified. His body's been brought down. Joseph of Arimathea says, I have a tomb. They take his body, they wrap it, they put it in the tomb, they roll the stone, big stone, not little stone. This is no little like amethyst crystal, right? This is like a big, massive stone that no one can really push aside on their own. This surrender is the place of the unknown. It's the in-between, right? That's what surrender is. If we're surrendering only because we know what will happen when we do, if we say, listen, I know if I let go of this, the divine is going to make it all work out fine, so now I'll surrender. That's not surrender. That's negotiation. That's entering into a deal, right? And so instead, we're interested in surrender. And that time in the tomb, the stillness, the silence, this is the place where the meditative heart says, I need to release control of this. I let go of all of my sense of control. It's not about giving up. It's not about passivity. It's about releasing the illusion that I have any control whatsoever. It's about trusting something larger than myself. It's about entering that Taoist concept of Wu Wei, effortless action. I no longer push against. I no longer push against, right? Eckhart Tolle said, surrender is the simple but profound wisdom of yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. Yielding to rather than opposing the flow of life. We spend so much of our life standing in the middle of the Mississippi trying to force it north. And all we have to do is lay back and flow south, right? And go with it. I've resisted what is, now I accept what is the moment of surrender. For those of you who have trauma from fundamentalist Christianity, put your seatbelt on, all right? There are still some things from that upbringing that can really, they hit me in a place. They hit me in a core spot. They still have that same beautiful meaning to me. And there's a song that we used to sing that always did that to me. Where he leads me, I will follow. Where he leads me, I will follow. Where he leads me, I will follow. I'll go with him all the way. That one always made me cry, made me tear up. And I love the way that my spiritual journey has allowed me to reframe that. Him, her, it, the goddess, the spirit, the communion, the oneness with God. I'll go with that all the way. All the way. The first verse says, I can hear my Savior calling. Reframe that however you need to. I can hear my higher self calling me. I can hear Source calling to me. I can hear something pulling me. I'll go with it all the way. The third verse is, I'll go with him through the garden. I'll go with him through the garden in that moment of deepest resistance, the toughest moment of my life. In that moment, I'll go with what I know because I've experienced it. I've felt the Christ nature. This is the road to alignment. Mary Magdalene is the first person to realize the resurrection. Some Gospels put her with Mary, the mother of Yeshua, or Salome, or Joanna, who was married to a high official in Herod's court, or whatever. Or simply sometimes the women, but it was always Mary Magdalene. Always Mary Magdalene. And this is the moment of alignment because this is when she looks face to face with what is. Face to face with a whole new reality and accepts it as what is true with a capital T. Some accounts have an angel appearing to her. In the book of John, Jesus himself appears to her, and she's directed to go tell the other followers, and thus Mary Magdalene becomes the first minister of the gospel. I love it. I saw something just this morning. I've seen it float around just about every Easter, and it says, I'm a traditionalist. Unless you have a woman telling the Easter story, I don't want to come, right? Because it was a woman who first told that story, who first went to the other disciples, the other followers, right? And said, I've seen him. Later, Jesus appears to all of them. He comes back to all of them. This is the Christ nature aligning, right? This is coming face to face with what is. He comes to Thomas. Thomas is doubting. I don't know. I'll know. You know what the other disciples say? We've seen him. It's true. He says, I'll believe it when I can touch the piercing in his side. I'll believe it when I can touch the nail holes in his hand. And Jesus appears to him because it doesn't matter. You know what? Faith, doubt, it doesn't matter. The Christ nature is available to all. It's not a matter of having enough faith. Jesus does tell him, though, you believe because you've seen. Blessed are those who believe, though they have not seen, though they have just experienced. And he talks to Peter, the rock on whom I'll build my church. And he gives him one command only. You remember what that is? You're going to start the whole thing, man. Peter, the very first pope, is what I think that's what, isn't that true? Considered the very first pope, right? Gives him one commandment. Remember what it is? Huh? He says, if you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, take care of the people. If you love me, give them what they need. End their hunger. Physically, spiritually, Jesus doesn't quibble about it. If you love them, if you love me, take care of people. And from this alignment, I begin to live from what is true. There is something bigger than the material existence and the supposed reality. This idea of a human being being killed, being in a tomb, and then coming back to life, that's unbelievable. Guess what? Communion with the sacred can be unbelievable, and it is. It is. How do I know? Because I've experienced it. And how will you know? Not because I tell you, but because you experience it, right? There is something beyond my understanding, but I want to connect with it. When Mary Magdalene says, I have seen the Christ, this is alignment. I have encountered Christ nature, Buddha nature, divine presence. I'm not making things up. I'm acting from the very real experience of oneness with God, oneness with the very energy of life through which I live and move and have my being. I am one with that, and I acknowledge it. I've awakened to the fact that it is present within me. I've been enlightened by what it brings to my life. Remember, I've said before that stress is the conflict between who you are and who you pretend to be. And peace is being who you actually are. Peace is found in the authentic alignment with Source. Peace says, I have seen the Christ. And I began to experience this as less force and more flow. There's a sense of clarity without urgency. This doesn't have anything to do with anxiety. That's the gospel. Because as someone who's dealt with anxiety in my life, right, I don't have anxiety, I just have a great sense of urgency, right? But it doesn't have anything to do with anxiety, right? I do two things to deal with my anxiety. I take a little pill and I turn it over. I lean into the flow and lean away from the resistance. And then action arises naturally without internal conflict. It arises from a place, that wu-wei place of alignment. Alignment is where karma softens and grace steps in. Right? Karma softens and grace steps in. And it's internal. It's a deep knowledge of the way before full expression. Alignment is reading the map, but we want to take the journey. And taking that journey now brings us to the fourth step, and that's living in the reality, the new life of resurrection. I accept a new way of being. I don't show up in my old way. The scripture says that Jesus kind of had a glow about him, but he was real. They thought he might be a ghost, but he said, no, touch me, right? I'm hungry. Would a ghost need to eat? I'm hungry, give me something to eat, right? Touch me. I'm here. I'm in front of you. I'm different. And the resurrection is when we don't show up in our old way. And not only do we not show up in our old way, but we're so transformed and we're so new that we no longer worry that folks will assume or expect our old ways out of us. That is such a big obstacle in the journey. Anybody else ever found that out? Yeah. I'm different, but people expect me to laugh at the same things, to do the same things, to show up in the same way. And it's like that life doesn't fit anymore. I don't react that way anymore. I'm a new creation. I have a new way of being. Because you see, resurrection is not something that happens to you. It is something that you agree to live. You uncover it. You roll the stone away. It's not a sense of I am fixed. You are not broken. This is just a deep, deep, deep internal sense of I am different now. But without announcement. Just in the very essence of your being. You don't wear it on the outside, you resonate with it inside, and you allow it to make whatever outer changes naturally arise from that awareness. And then you find that you stop negotiating with your old identity. Right? You stop negotiating with your old identity. You stop returning to old patterns. You stop explaining yourself to a past that no longer fits. Resurrection is choosing heaven in this life, even when the world around you seems not to have changed at all. You've changed, and your experience of the world with it. And this is not about ignoring the happenings of the world. To live the resurrection is to show up ready and available and clear and strong and still, even in the middle of the storm, even in the middle of the chaos. You know, a lot of people go through this process like this. Their steps are resistance, 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 right? And then sometimes we get to the point where we go resistance, surrender, resistance, surrender. And that's a little two-step we do for a while, right? Resistance, surrender. And then hopefully at some point, through practice and through being faithful and through showing up and through remembering again and again and again, we reach alignment. And from that alignment, we have the ability to uncover the resurrection that already lives within us, the empty tomb that already lives within us, the spaciousness that already lives within us. But very few people accept that. That's why we're not full on Sunday morning, right? Very few people accept that. Because resurrection requires living without the old scripts, and we know the old scripts. It involves a kind of social risk, we think. It asks for identity death. Oh no, Deb, you've gone too far now. I was with you till that moment. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. That's too far. Because here's the thing, I've been there with you. I remember early in my journey when a minister said to me, you've got to release, you've got to let go, you've got to let go, you've got to let go. But some of these things I like. Do you mean I let go of my sense of humor? I'm funny. Right? Do you mean I thank you? You mean I got to let go of, I don't know about that. We ask, right? We pray for resurrection, and then we resist becoming new. But you will become new, and here's the deal. You don't lose yourself, you lose the mask. You clean off the windows so that now the same wonderful self you are lets the holy light shine through. The sacredness shines through. We talk about reaching a kind of emptiness in meditation, and that emptiness is the empty tomb, the resurrected Christ mind, the enlivened Buddha nature. Resurrection is not proof that life continues. It is the invitation to finally live it as who you truly are. I want to give you a couple of quotes from one of the Gnostic Gospels, from the Nag Hammadi scriptures. This is from a work called The Treatise on Resurrection. Now, remember when I said that the Paschal moon was on Wednesday, April 1st. And so early on in the days of the Catholic Church, very early, we're talking like 200, right? Way early in the days of the Catholic Church, the Pope sent out a letter every year that would announce when Easter was, because nobody had an iPhone in those days to tell them when Easter was. So the Pope had to announce when Easter was based upon the astrologers of the Catholic Church who had followed the moon, right? Looked at the moon, looked at the skies, and determined when Easter was, and then took that opportunity in that yearly letter to also give certain instructions. And there was a particular letter by Pope Athanasius, I believe it was, who he sent out the letter and he said, oh, by the way, we've decided on the books in the Bible, those are the only books, every other book should be destroyed. And so all the other books, fortunately, someone grabbed them and hid them away. And then in like 1947, we found a bunch of them in Egypt, hidden in jars. Fantastic. And so there's this one called The Treatise on the Resurrection. So I want you to keep this in mind. This is the way I view it. You don't have to view it this way. The way I view it is this. These are words that easily could have been in our Bible. They just weren't. It was just a human choice not to put it in the Bible. So listen to what this says. 3 things. The world is illusion. The resurrection is different. It is a revelation of what is, a transformation of things, a transition into newness. From 2,000 years ago, we have language telling us about authentic transformation, about the revelation of a new life. And he goes on to say, flee from divisions and bonds, and then you already have resurrection. Flee from division, flee from believing there's anything but oneness. Flee from believing that somebody else is different or wrong or less worthy than you are. And flee from bonds. This is pure Buddhism. Detach, unattachment. Don't be attached to anything. And then you have resurrection. And then he goes on to say, everyone needs to practice ways to be released from this element, this physical life, this identification with ego, so as not to wander in error, but rather to recover what one was at the beginning. I know, right? That is good stuff. The canonical scriptures have a tendency to say, you know what, just turn your life over and we'll tell you what to do. And the stuff they buried in the desert says, the resurrection is yours. You already possess it. Practice understanding who you are, what you were at the beginning, the one covered up by this material life, these masks. So rather than a 3-step process, we now have a 4-step process. What am I resisting right now? Where am I insisting upon my own will? What am I being asked to surrender? What attachment can I release to be in divine will? What already feels more true? Calling for alignment What resonates? What is calling me? What makes my head and heart and body and mind and spirit all feel like they're part of the same team? Because they're lined up. What new way of being is calling me? What might freedom look like? Yeah, that sounds good, you say. I want to do that. How do I do that? How do I live the resurrection every day? Well, you know what? Your path is going to take you where it takes you. I have no idea what it's going to take you through. I know how mine opened up for me. I know how I began to be one with God and one with others, right? I know how I began to awaken and realize. So yours is going to look like what it's going to look like, but there's one piece that I feel fairly confident, no matter what path you follow, one piece that's going to be the same. And it's going to be this that leads you to the new life of resurrection. Seek ye first. In the Christian scriptures in Matthew, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. In the Torah, in Deuteronomy, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. In the Quran, whoever is mindful of God, whoever keeps their mind on God, he will make a way out for them and provide for them where they do not expect. In the Bhagavad Gita, to those who are constantly devoted and who worship me with love, I give what they lack and preserve what they have. In the Tao Te Ching, cultivate, in the Dhammapada, cultivate good and purify the mind. That is the teaching of the Buddhas. In the Tao, attain utmost emptiness, return to the root. Get back to the source of who you are. In the Guru Granth Sahib of Sikhism, remember the divine name and all your affairs will be resolved. Every tradition in its own language says the same thing. Put the ultimate first, not as a belief, but as a lived orientation. This is how I face my life, and the rest of life begins to organize itself around that center. Do I have to be a monk? Do I have to live as an ascetic? Really what you're asking is, do I have to go weird? Right? Do I have to go all weird? It's the most natural way of being. It's you with those windows cleaned. It's choosing peace over conflict. It's releasing the attachments of frustrations and irritation and anger. It's insisting on love, insisting on peace, insisting on freedom. True freedom, freedom from the very being, the chains that would seem to keep us bound. It's that constant prayer. I'm going to keep returning to this prayer until you believe it. Remove, transform, or destroy everything that keeps me from you. And when we mean that, when we say it, when we mean it, when we live it, the stone is rolled away. Not just so you can admire the miracle of it, but so that you can walk out differently. So I go back to the question from the very beginning. Are you ready to live a new life? Are you ready to move past resistance energy, fully surrender so that alignment with sacred energy happens naturally? And then move through every moment of your life remembering that there is only love. Guided by the desire to be a source of compassion and peace and healing in the world, freed from that which used to bind you or restrict you. This is not an altar call. That's something from my youth too. Don't worry, Mary. Oh, Mary Grace already left. We lost her. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where he leads me, I will follow. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm not asking for a public moment of surrender, performative conversion. But there is a wisdom behind that idea of being born anew. Being enlightened, being awakened, always sweeping out the inner spaciousness where the sacred resides, leaving room for nothing but divine presence, living in freedom, living in joy, living in peace. And if you're ready to live that new life, then uncover it. It's already yours. It's already who you are. Roll the stone away and step out into a new day, a new life. That is the message of Easter. That is the path to peace. Namaste.
When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, I can go inside and quiet my mind, and I can hear Spirit gently say, there's only love. There's only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. That makes sense. I've sung that song for several years, and one of the times that I did it, after you've done a thing for many times, if you're mowing the grass or whatever, sometimes you can mow the grass and balance your checkbook at the same time, right? As a musician, sometimes we play or sing something enough times, and we can go somewhere else while we're doing that. And one time when I was singing this song, I had a vision of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane saying those words, help me surrender, because this is not who I am. I feel I've lost everything, all connection with myself. And so that's why I have done that every Easter since we've been in this building. And so that's my Easter gift to you guys. So I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate you being here today so that you can bring your energy to play with our energy. Thank you so much for being here today. I want to remind everybody that the blue vase is there in the back for your paper donations. We've got the QR code if you want to donate via PayPal. That's coming up. Please, 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 if you have not renewed your membership, do that, and Kelly can help you with that if you've got any questions. Kelly is our membership coordinator, and she has the paper. She knows the paper, right? And check your What's Happening newsletter that comes on Sundays. There is a paper calendar for the month of April there if you want to stick it on your fridge on the table right there as you're doing your donation. You know how you have your kid's school calendar on the fridge? You can have your church calendar on the fridge, right? So if there's nothing else, we'll get to the cake and Easter egg hunt festivities and stand up. And Daphne, will you lead us in our closing prayer?
No.
Please.
Okay, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be healthy in body and mind. May I find peace and be truly happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you find peace and be truly happy. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be safe from inner and outer dangers. May all beings be healthy in body and mind. May all beings find peace and be truly happy. And so it is.
And remember, we are 1, 2, 3. You're one.